Hello, this is a short video explaining my game I've made called Hellslayer for Android device. Most of the highlights you will see on this video will be from me using the Unity editor remote rather than the APK. The reason for this was that once running the game on the APK version on the Android device, there seemed to be a huge bug on the jump mechanic. The player would not jump at the right height I intended for it to jump, and it will in fact make a small leap off the ground. This is the first level of my game. I intended to introduce the players to the different types of mechanics you will find in the game. As the game progresses to newer levels, for example the next few levels we will see, the mechanics start to become more complicated and more diverse. As you can see, there are turrets shooting at the player from above. Later on, like you can see now, the turrets are facing sideways while a platform is moving, and causing the player to dodge the bullets while going up the platform. My first major problem I came across was trying to incorporate the cross-platform inputs into my game. Making the player jump, use the box, shoot in both directions was a complicated task in itself. But then to incorporate the cross-platform inputs, I encountered numerous problems. However, I managed to get a solution to all of them. Another mechanic I thoroughly enjoyed making was the box mechanic and fire trap. The player would have to hide behind the box, while a trap would go past it. If the player did not hide behind the box, the trap would instantly kill the player. Another mechanic that I decided to make was an AI mechanic that was deterministic and was something we learned in week 8. It was complex to create because it was a deterministic AI function. However, I wanted it to only be activated once the player was within the collider of the enemy. This was what I called a charging mechanic. So the instant the player entered within the collider of the enemy would charge directly to the player and start to inflict damage upon them. As you can see here, the playtester encountered this exact problem. He tried to face the enemy at the close quarter situation. He died instantly. Therefore, the player decided to wait, shoot the enemy from far away, and then proceed with the level. Whilst creating the game, I also started to play around with a few mechanics, for example the moving platform. I saw that why make my platform only move one way and the other, instead of moving it up, down, sideways. Another mechanic I used was the fire trap. Instead of making the fire trap just go from one side to the other, I decided to take away the box and give an opening for the player. The player would have to learn the movement of the fire trap before trying to challenge it. Doing my playtesting was very useful, as here you can see that there was a glitch I encountered with the turret. I saw that once the player moved inside the collider and stayed still, the turret would not fire. The second the player moves, the turret decided to fire. Something that proved very useful was using the Unity editor remote on the Android device while creating my game. This enabled me to playtest the game while using an Android device instead of having to click the different buttons from my PC. In every game I played, I've always tried to look for Easter eggs. So with that, I will show you the Easter egg that is within my game, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.